and welcome to Good Morning Music. I'm your host Harrison Clancy, and I am joined here today by the lovely Miss Ket Eichorn of Blackout Fun Club. How are you, Ket?
I'm very well, thanks, Harrison. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
No worries.
Now, your band, the Blackout Fun Club, how's that going?
It's going great. We've been at it since about June, so coming up on nearly 6 months.
Yeah?
It's been a blast, after being a punter for so many years. It's great to get up there and contribute in some way, and yeah, love the band, love the boys. It's all just a real fun, wild ride.
Very nice. Do you want to tell our listeners a little bit about the band, what the sound is, the other members,
Yeah,
where
so
you played?
we are a 4-piece sort of indie rock group, I suppose. Bit of punk here and there, a bit of whatever we like. I've got Rudd and Ian and Logan as my supporting band and my lovely little band of brothers. We played a few good gigs this year. We supported Crocodilus, we've supported Dave, supported Pac Ave, Pacific Avenue, and we've been gigging around the Illawarra area and a little bit down south, a little bit up in Sydney, so just getting a bit of diversity in there, and it's really just kind of unfolding out from under us. It's pretty hectic. You can't plan for it, but it's very fun.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about how you got into music?
So, it's a little bit of a funny story. So, I've always sort of played around with music, but never anything serious, and certainly not like anything I did with Blackout Fun Club, just play a ukulele cover of Riptide here and there like everybody does. But at the end of last year, I'm big on New Year's resolutions, and I was at Rad Bar, the old Wollongong institution, and I was absolutely 3 sheets to the wind, and I went around asking people what their New Year's resolutions were, and I was telling them mine is to start a band, so fully advertising it. And then Rudd was one of the civilians that I assaulted with my questions, and he hit me up a couple of weeks later saying he wanted to start a new project, and I think that's how a lot of bands in the Gong typically start. Just you hear that somebody who can perform this skill is looking to start a project, and then we sort of just drafted friends from other bands, and we just clicked. It was really good, and our vibe on stage is really fun and not super serious, but yeah, we just want to make a lot of noise as loud as possible to as many people as possible.
Good, I like that a lot. Tell me about some of the gigs you've been doing lately, because you've been making a little bit of a name for yourselves around the Gong.
Yeah, so we've in the last month or so, and in the next couple of months, we've been sort of DIYing a little bit more, because that's sort of what Wollongong's known for, is the DIY music scene. And we've been putting a little bit more elbow grease into making our own gigs, because we had the delay sort of in the scene over, July and August. It dies down a bit, and then with Rad Bar's closure as well, there were just less opportunities for that real grungy, do-it-yourself kind of vibe. So we played a gig last night at Music Farmers that I sort of organised myself along with the Deucey Monks crew, and then we've got Mo Fest coming up at the end of November, which is another one I've had a hand in organising, and we're just kind of trying to build opportunities for ourselves and take our mates along for the ride, and just that sort of thing. Very
cool. I feel like that whole DIY thing within Wollongong, the building your own like Shed Fest and Mo Fest and stuff, I feel like that really contributes to the thriving music culture within Wollongong, and I feel like it really is in a time of prosperity and thriving. Who are some of the other bands that the Blackout Fun Club calls their buddies that you guys get along with? Who are you fans of?
Oh, so we're huge fans of the Tinnies, obviously. We're kind of like sister bands, I suppose. And Deucey Monks as well. It's always good to have these interband relationships with other female front women. I've found, just chicks fronting bands. I can't get enough of it. So I've been able to form some really good relationships through that. And then we also, following just some mates we've had around the scene, like Dribs, got to love a bit of Dribs. And we try and make friends with everyone. We try and not be pests at gigs and stuff, but, everybody knows everyone through someone, so.
Anything exciting coming up in terms of EPs or singles, maybe an album?
Ooh, we're not quite an album yet, mate. We've got about 5 songs, but we've just come out of the studio from recording a couple of singles, and we're hoping to push those out over January when we take a little bit of a tour, which we're still sort of pulling together. It's going to be very slapdash, very on the dollar, but I think it'll be really fun. It'll be a first for me, like the rest of my band are sort of veterans to the scene and they've been touring with their bands for a long time, but you know, it'll be the first time I'm out on the road and inflicting myself on the general public, so I'm really keen for that. So January 2020.
Look
BFC.
out. What advice could you give, because you've been very, very, very involved in the scene in general in Wollongong. You worked for Yours and Ours, and I feel like that would have come with a lot of connections and stuff, and with the band. What advice would you give to musical up-and-comers within the Gong now trying to establish a presence? What's getting started 101 music-wise?
Well, first and foremost, Wollongong is like, I would say, the DIY music capital of the state. Like, there's just so much opportunity to be found in, you know, both performing and organising and all aspects of putting on a show and putting on live events. So I would say just creating opportunities for yourself where there don't seem to be any. Like, you know, it's so easy to just get your mates together and put on a show in somebody's backyard and, you know, go to as many gigs as you can, make the connections, be friendly, you know, just make yourself visible in the scene and, you know, bring your skills to the table. If you've got a good head for organising, you know, think about taking on some management or taking on some event planning. And then if you just got that personality that you just want to put on stage, I would always say just do it. Like, a year ago I never would have thought I'd get on stage at Rad Bar. I was just a friggin' barfly that rocked up there twice a week, but I actually got to play it before it closed and it was insane. And the reason I got to play it is just because I put my hand up and said I want to. And the music scene is so welcoming, especially in Wollongong, that you know, if you seek out opportunity and if you seem keen and seem eager and you're persistent about it, then opportunities will come to you for sure.
I very much enjoy the whole, I don't know, there's been a few bands that I've been a fan of since I first moved to Wollongong, like Pacific Avenue, Dribs and the Tin Knees, and I just feel like, just from watching them, I feel like it's not necessarily easy, but it's just very, very satisfying to see them coming from playing garage little sets and then like mates' birthdays and stuff, and then just putting stuff on SoundCloud to pretty much all three of them now have just recently been played on Triple J, which is like, it shouldn't be the standardised breakthrough moment in my mind, but you know, it is a bit of a milestone.
It's a huge thing, yeah. And it's like, it really does just come from a garage,